Hello, I'm Donna Smith, and this is Sound Advice. On Sound Advice, we like to talk about professional and personal development. Well, today's topic is a new attitude, new year 2021. Now, this is a time when we like to write out those New Year's resolutions, and we've done it before. But what I want is to make sure we get on the right path and stay on it. We wrote resolutions for 2020 and much we didn't do. For 2019 and much we didn't do. And the same thing for 2018. But not for this year. I want us to have a new attitude. And when I think of a new attitude, I think of my friend, although she's not my friend really, but I think of Patti LaBelle. And I have something in common with Patti LaBelle. This is Patti LaBelle on the Real Health magazine. And if you turn to page 36, you'll see her fried chicken recipe there, right next to my macaroni and cheese recipe that won the taste testing contest. And that's why they contacted me and they put it in this issue of Real Health magazine. But I'm also thinking about Patti LaBelle because in the 80s she came out with that song, I've got a new attitude, I've tidied up my point of view, I've got a new attitude. And I want us to have a new attitude as we go into 2021. To make sure we're on the path to success and life fulfillment. But before we go there, if you want that recipe, I'll have a link below and you can access and get the Kindle version or the other book version so you can have that recipe. So stay tuned. So we're talking about a new attitude. And before we can go forward into the year 2021, let's look at some things. For one, I want you to look at your past failures. And I know, just to think about it, it makes you think as if it were yesterday and you start feeling gloomy and negative. That's not what I want. Let's look at this when we talk about past failures. What happened? What did you do? Were you failing or did you fail in your work or job performance or that entrepreneurial endeavor or that relationship because you were lazy? Did you fail because you didn't have enough skills? It's easy to get more skills now. You can do tutorials, you can get books, workbooks, or take a class if need be. Did you fail because you didn't follow instructions? They wanted you to do A, B, C, and you only did A, B, and even threw in G. That's not what was requested, so you didn't make the grade. Let's look at some of those things. In addition to that, I want you to be thinking about your lack of proper preparation. So you did prepare, but it wasn't enough. You didn't prepare enough, so some things were missing, and that's why you didn't make the grade. Or maybe you felt that you could miss a couple of steps and no one would notice. We did notice. So is that why you failed? And I want you to look at this. Whatever it was that you were doing or trying to do in the previous years, maybe in comparison to what others are doing, yours isn't as fresh. It isn't as current. So you need to update. So look at what you were doing. Look at the content. Is it the most current? Look at even the way you're packaging it. Is it nice? Is it fresh? Is it foremost? That's what you want to present, something nice, fresh, and foremost. Now we're going into the year 2021. We have this new attitude. With your new attitude, let's look at your peers. Let's look at your inner circle. Are the majority of the people in your inner circle, are they retired or are they semi-retired or are they just comfortable? They've reached a certain plateau in their life and they are just comfortable. And when you come along, they want to say, oh, just relax. You're always so keyed up. You want to do this, you want to do that. You want to do all of these crazy things. Just sit down and relax. That's your inner circle. Or is your inner circle very negative? Whenever you present your ideas and you have the zest for these things that you want to do, they're saying, oh no, it's no way you can do that. No one can do that. Do you know anyone who has done that? Or are you spending too much time with your peers? all of your time is going to all of this socialization. You're spending an hour here talking to this one and listening to all that drama, and an hour here and an hour there. Well, you add it all up, it's a big chunk in your day. And so you're not as productive, you're not as getting as many things done as you need to because of all your socialization. So you need to have some tight boundaries on it. Socialize, we need friends. But I would say, let's look at who our friends are. And I would also add to that, let's give some boundaries to it so that we're not socializing so much, and that's why we're not getting things done. Because as we go in with our new attitude into 2021, we have that New Year's resolution. We want to make sure that we're hitting everything on that laundry list. I want you to also look at consistency. Were your performance, sometimes it was good and sometimes it was wishy-washy, or even in your relationships. Sometimes you were present, sometimes you were wishy-washy. Maybe that's why things just didn't happen for you. Because as we go into the year 2021, we want to give our best. We want to put our best foot forward, and we want to set goals. And every day, let's work toward those goals. And no excuses. A friend of my family used to say a cute little saying, which was, excuses are patches in the quilt work of failure. And he certainly wasn't a failure, a very good businessman by all means. So he said excuses are patches in the quilt work of failure. We don't want that quilt. We want the success path and the life fulfillment path. And in order to reach that, we have to do some things differently. And we're going to go in there with our new attitude for the year 2021. Well, I'm Donna Smith, and I post shows weekly, usually on Sunday. I may start coming in the new year. I may start posting Wednesdays and Sundays, but you can look forward to those shows. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Well, I'll see you next show. This is Sound Advice.